Coming up, students in Springdale celebrate our diversity during Hispanic Heritage Month. Plus, we feature Thursday Night Lights as we travel to Joe Roberts Stadium in our Behind the Name series. Later, we will show you some young faces that will one day be sitting right where we are now in our Spotlight Springdale. Good afternoon, Springdale. I'm Daniel Cedric.
And I'm Jasmine Castillo. Welcome to another episode of Springdale Today. Today is September 25th, and last week, Hispanic Heritage Month began. For more on the history of Hispanic Heritage Month, here's Yuri Figueroa.
Springdale Schools is one of the most diverse school districts in Arkansas. Hispanic Heritage Month is an opportunity for Springdale Schools to reflect on our diverse culture.
It is really important, not only because we have students with Hispanic heritage in our building, but because I think it's important to give students a global perspective and a global view of the diverse world that we live in. And it is an opportunity to just infect knowledge.
Each year, Americans observe National Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15 to October 15 by celebrating the histories, cultures, and contributions of American citizens whose ancestors came from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. It started in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week under President Lyndon Johnson, but later enacted into law on August 17, 1988 under President Ronald Reagan as a 30-day celebration.
I think it's a great way for people like me, since I was born here. I kind of don't know a lot about the Hispanic in Mexico, so my parents could just talk about it, and it would be nice to learn about where I came from, where my parents are from, and how everything started.
Hispanic heritage events will be coming to your school. Look for Papa Rat and DJ Torres to be performing in your cafeteria. For SDTV, I'm Yuri Figueroa.
Over the next few weeks, there will be several Hispanic Heritage Month events all over our district. Check Springdale Schools Facebook and our website for those events at www.springdaleschools.org.
Last week was Hat Day for elementary students all over the district. Jesse Weir headed to John Tyson Elementary to see just what it was all about.
Normally, it's against the rules for students to wear hats inside the building, but at John Tyson Elementary, Hat Day was an exception.
When you bring a hat, you have to pay $1 bills, so you can pay for the people that don't have money so they can shop at the cop.
Today we're all wearing hats and we pay $1. And as Tyson is known as the school with children of character, we try to encourage service back to the community. So today they got to wear a hat if they brought $1, and the $1 goes to the Shop with the Cop program.
The Shop with the Cop Foundation is a Christmas program in which police officers in the Springdale district provide kids who may not have a Christmas without help with a very fun experience by taking them out and helping them buy new clothes for the winter and toys for Christmas. Shop with the Cop benefits our community, but that's not the only benefit. Hat Day means that kids not only support Shop with the Cop, but get to show off their hats.
I picked this hat because it used to be my brother's in Mexico. And my grandmother, she's at Mexico right now, but she gave me the hat for something special.
I wore this hat because it reminds me on how we played against a hockey tournament and Notre Dame and won the Gold Cup.
With SDTV, I'm Jesse Weir.
Last year, Shop with a Cop raised and spent $17,000 helping over 130 less fortunate kids in our area to have a better Christmas.
Now it's time for news around the district. Grandparents' Day lunch at Har-ber Elementary School on September 16th was a huge success. Third grade incorporated the Grandparents' Day lunch into their Common Core Unit 1, Stories Worth Telling Again and Again. Grandparents were invited into the classrooms to share stories from their childhood with the third grade students. After discussing the events of 9/11, George Elementary Family Literacy Program members formed a hope chain as they focused on a better tomorrow for our families and our children. Springdale received its wellness banner in Little Rock as Mary Miller, George Elementary Principal, Annette Freeman, Parson Hills Principal, Heather Cooper, and Elmdale Assistant Principal, Stephanie Hinsey received training on opening the new wellness centers at their schools. The theme, Healthy Kids Are Ready to Learn.
Lakeside Junior High Social Studies teacher Winfield Watson spent Patriots Day informing students about the attack of 9/11. He shared his memories of 9/11 by showing the students video footage from the event and talked about what being a patriot is all about. Other social studies teachers also recalled the impact 9/11 had on them as well. Watson explained, quote, "It is important for students because in every era you have that thing that's kind of a turning point or an event you remember. For our grandparents, it was Pearl Harbor. For our parents, it was the shooting of JFK. These kids don't have that event yet, so they don't understand." Close quote. School board members observed Jones Elementary 5th graders in Anna Dellinger's class collaborate in close analytical reading observations following lunch at the school Tuesday, September 17th. Benjamin Franklin looked suspiciously like social studies teacher Thomas Pittman, asked questions and shared insights about the Bill of Rights as part of the Constitution Day during lunch at Central Junior High Tuesday.
The Gifted and Talented program in Springdale is a prime example of excellence in student work. The gifted and talented students traveled to Michigan State University to learn and to compete.
We attended Odyssey of the Mind World Finals at Michigan State University. It's a creative problem solving competition. We had 2 teams from Bernice Young Elementary that participated. We had 3 teams from Hellstrom Middle School. We then had a Central Junior High team. We've had teams go to World for many, many years. Hellstrom has had teams, I believe, go every single year that they've been open. Teams enter in their specific problem within their specific division. Then we have regional competition, and if they are 1st through 4th place at regionals, then they get to advance to state competition. State competition was in BB last year, ASU BB. And if they get 1st or 2nd place at state competition, then they advance to World.
After the break, we go behind the name of Joe Roberts Stadium, and you might be surprised to find you might have been in this stadium quite a few times. And later, Shaw Elementary students' news show that might be giving us a run for our money on Spotlight Springdale. All that after the break.
The Jones Center is looking for young artists across Northwest Arkansas to compete in the first ever Spring Creek Art Festival, October 23rd through the 26th. Create your best video, sculpture, photo, painting, or live performance, whatever is art to you, and enter. The competition is open to students in Northwest Arkansas from kindergarten to college. Go to springcreekfestival.com for rules and entry deadlines. Be a part of Spring Creek Art Festival, celebrating student artists.
Welcome back. This week, we go behind the name of Joe Roberts Stadium. For years now, this stadium has been a landmark of Springdale. It is the only junior high stadium in the district.
Look to the south, you will see your Lakeside Junior High Golden Eagles.
Another football season begins with the team running towards potential championships. For the past 40 years, Joe Roberts Stadium has been a rite of passage for athletes in Springdale and a breeding ground for memories that will last a lifetime. Joe Roberts Stadium is not only for football, it also provides several services for our community.
Joe Roberts Stadium is being used for within our community for school and community needs. Currently we have a junior high football game every Thursday night this year. It's an opportunity for kids to be active and promote health and wellness. With youth football being on Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, we'll have hundreds of kids out there playing football. So instead of sitting at home playing with their Xbox, they're out being active, they're being healthy, they're developing friendships or sportsmanship characteristics with other friends, and so it's a good positive influence on our community.
Joe Roberts Stadium was named after a longtime employee in the Springdale Public Schools, Joe Roberts. Charlie Smith fondly remembers him as Jar.
Mr. Roberts was the principal when I was in junior high school. He ruled with a pretty iron hand. That's where I first got to know Mr. Roberts, and his name was Joe Allen Roberts, and you always like to have a nickname for your administrator, so we called him Jar because he was short and stocky. He looked kind of like a jar.
Joe Roberts played football for Springdale High School from 1941 to 1943. He began coaching in 1948 and coached football, basketball, and track until 1958. For nearly the next decade, Mr. Roberts would be a junior high principal and work for Fayetteville Public Schools on the administration level until he returned to the Springdale Public Schools as deputy superintendent in 1969. He served in the capacity until 1983. Charles Smith says his father and Mr. Roberts were close friends.
My dad was fortunate to be the superintendent, and I think they both retired in 1983, so they had a real good time together, and they were very good friends, he and his wife Adela, and my dad's wife Etta. They had a big time together and really enjoyed life, so he's just an all-around fine man.
In 1983, the Springdale Track and Field Complex was named after Joe Roberts, honoring his commitment to the student athletics and student excellence. Although Mr. Roberts passed away in 2010, his memory lives on in the continuing opportunities for youth in our community, and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick continues to invest in the future of the stadium.
We've added some new bleachers on the north end and south end of the track on both sides of the press box, so we now have more ability for people to come watch, see, participate. That's a great thing for our track meets in the spring. When we'll have 8 to 10 or 12 track teams here, we now have more places for those kids and teams to sit and prepare for a track meet.
For Springdale District Television, I'm Michael Driscoll.
If you have a suggestion for Behind the Name, email us at communications.sdale.org.
Every week, we feature teachers from around the district using Common Core in their classrooms. This week, we featured 2 teachers from Westwood Elementary. Griselda Jaimes brings us a story.
This week we featured 2 teachers at Westwood Elementary that is showcasing best practice in Common Core.
I'm Miss Taylor. I teach 5th grade at Westwood Elementary. We're using Common Core as we teach our units of inquiry. Here at Westwood, we're using the close reading as we're doing research. We've got students researching entrepreneurs, and they are taking articles that they're closely reading and using those to write an essay about an entrepreneur. In math, we're taking things a little more in depth than we have before because of the Common Core standards. We do try to integrate all our math and reading and language within our units of inquiry.
I am Ms. Hall. I teach 5th grade at Westwood Elementary. We are doing close reading to focus in on specific reading skills and have them ask specific questions to guide their reading. We're also doing CGI math, where they're using more inquiry into math, where we see they're thinking more and it's more developmental. We have integrated it into all of our units, so we make sure that all the standards are covered throughout the year, and we use those standards to base what the learning engagements are into our classroom.
I think the benefit, it takes kids a little bit deeper maybe than what we've done before. The requirements are a little bit more rigorous than what they've been with the benchmark.
Well, we began last year when they were being published, and we began to start integrating them into our curriculum. And this year, since we have all of the standards, we're able to do all of them now. I feel like they're able to have a better understanding rather than quickly covering a standard to get it covered. They're able to focus more on the fewer standards.
I think there are some, by 5th grade, there are some gaps that we see that we have to go back and remember that they're not at that level yet, and we have to go back and fill in some of those gaps. But overall, I think the students are responding well to the things that we're doing with Common Core. One of the things I think that I've seen as being beneficial is the close reading, slowing down on our reading, taking a little more time about the different strategies to use when they're reading something that's more difficult.
Like I said, math, it's really fun, and it will help you along the way.
I think it will be good in the long run. Right now it's difficult to jump right in. Like I said, I think there are students that have gaps in their learning. We'll have to be careful that we take care of that. But I think in the long run it will be a good thing to have.
Collaboration is key, and really thinking about bringing in extra materials besides just the textbook to ensure that students really get a grasp of what the concept is.
Miss Taylor, you're doing a really good job, and you're really fun to work with.
If there is a teacher you'd like to have featured, contact us on our Facebook page at Springdale Public Schools or email us.
Coming up after the break, the Shaw Elementary students that make their first television debut on Spotlight Springdale.
No! Why would you do this to us? You told us you would stop.
Calm down. It's not his fault he's dying.
It is his fault, Mom. You should have quit smoking.
It's an addiction. It's not like you could just quit. Stop it. Just all of you stop it. He's dying.
It doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone around you.
Welcome back. Every week we showcase creativity from around the district, whether it be music videos, plays, short films, individual talents, or even another news show.
Check out these Shaw Elementary students that might just be giving us a run for our money.
Hey Stars, I'm Colby. And I'm Hudson. First up is that we are at 386 votes on Get for Target. So just keep clicking. Person today is Caleb with lunch. Thanks Hudson and Colby. Tomorrow's lunch choice will be cheese pizza and beef taco. What are you? Thanks Caleb. Now let's go to Jackson with sports. Hey Stars, the Razorbacks' next game is this Saturday against Southern Miss. Back to you, Hudson and Colby. Thanks, Jackson. Now to Allie with Econ Phenomenon. Hey, Stars. Today on Econ Phenomenon, we will be talking about wants. Wants are when you feel that when you would like to have, do, or get something. Kind of like how the school has a lot of wants. We want iPads, we want books, but most of all, we want you to vote for Shaw. All you need to do is tell your parents to go to Shaw's Facebook page, then click vote. Back to you. Thanks, Allie. Now let's go to Brianna with weather.
Thanks, guys. Tomorrow's weather will be high of 89, but will feel like 95. Back to you.
Thanks, Brianna. Now to Peyton and Colin with a special report. Avery is doing a project on autism.
And we got a behind-the-scenes look.
Avery spoke to the Springdale School Board about his project. Avery passes out bottles of M&Ms to help raise awareness about autism.
And I go to school at Shaw Elementary. I'm here to speak for autistic children who cannot speak.
Great job, Avery. We're really proud of you.
Now to Silas and Jackson with a special report. Hey sir, we had such a great response with parents and teachers signing up for PTA this year. We already have 154 members. As a little incentive, the class with the highest percentage of memberships will get a popsicle card and a gift card for their teacher. And remember, any family member of students and teachers can sign up for PTA. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. Thanks, Peyton and Colin. That's going to wrap it up for today. And remember to shine on.
Those kids are adorable. If you'd like to be featured on Spotlight Springdale or know of someone who you'd like to be featured, email us or contact us on our Facebook page.
Make sure you tune in Friday for Bulldog TV and Har-ber Wildcat News. And also, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Springdale TV. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all we have for you tonight. I'm Jasmine Castillo.
And I'm Daniel Cedric. Have a great night, Springdale.